Hello and welcome back. I am just making my way down to the biogas plant here. I have a trailer full of straw. A lot has happened since the last time I saw you. Part of the issue's been I've had a couple of computer crashes which have not only killed progress in the game up to a certain point, but more importantly have killed my recordings. So I had nearly an entire episode recorded, or mid-recording, and the computer crashed, so I lost that whole recording. That, combined with not being too well either, has somewhat hampered the progress of this video. I think I've got a working recording set up now. I'm hoping so. If you don't hear this, then clearly that setup hasn't worked, and it hasn't worked out for me. Okay, so I've got some straw left over. Right, one of the reasons I've come down here is because our silage in the bunker silo here is now fermented. So we are going to open the silo up, and I could scoop it up with the loading wagon, except the problem is that that's got a load of straw in it. I could scoop it up with the manure fork, but that's only got 1,000 litre capacity, and there's how much in here? 160,000 litres. So I'm not doing 160,000 scoops. So instead, what I think I'm going to do is get a conveyor belt in. Now you've just seen the yellow dot appear on the screen. That is the store deliveries mod. And that means that I can order stuff, I pay a slight delivery fee on it, and it gets delivered here for no cost. Well, for not having to go and collect it. Right, I think we're gonna lease this one. Because this is from the autoloader pack, so I think this will auto-load. I hope it does anyway. Although saying that, we might actually need more than just this one. Okay, this has taken a lot longer than I was hoping it would, but the conveyor belts are flowing, and they are keeping silage constantly fed into our fermenter. It's taken 3 in the end to manage to get it in here. They are thankfully the auto-loading ones, so they are just picking it all up themselves. I'm going to have to extend that one in a minute, which means getting into the front one because they're all attached, and it's very complicated, and I've never used belts before, and this is probably why. I now can't get out of this end of the biogas plant, which is going to be fun because I wanted to take the digestate, which I've loaded into that tank, to the slurry yard, which is on that side. So I might have to see if I can sneak through that side of the bunker silo, maybe. Well, I've managed to make it through. I've got 25,000 litres of digestate in here. There's another 80,000 or so in the storage of the biogas plant, so we'll see what we get for this. Okay, so that netted us just shy of 27,000 for 25,000 litres. So I'm going to sell another 25,000 litres, and then I have a plan for what we're going to do with the rest of that, but we need money to buy a production facility. So it's sort of that ongoing cycle of we need the money, but we want to keep it. We want to keep the product for the future. So yeah, I'll just sell one more lot. There's going to be loads more digestate coming in from that entire bunker silo's worth of silage. And we will probably, because we've got the bunker silo up at the farm area as well, so we will be able to make use of all of that digestate, that silage rather, as well. And some of that will probably come down here to the biogas plant. Some of it will probably stay up there. Acetic acid, we might sell some of it as animal feed as well. Right, I will get this sold, and I will catch up to you with you on the way back to the farm. Okay, we are now just on field 19. We're going to take a little detour across the river and head down. Hopefully I'm not in the river. That's better. This is our new field, is what I was building up to saying. I have just harvested it, and it has yielded 118,000 litres of sorghum. Was it the plan to get a field and do farming? No, not necessarily. I've put this little bridge in so that we get nicely across to field 19. There's the Rotner that we've got leased. I am going to come and take some of these trees out just to make it a little easier to pass between. Field 19 has also undergone some big changes. You can see just up here, I think this little dip in here was grass, but pretty much from where I am now up to the water was trees. They have all been taken down, and you can see the lumber is piled up over there waiting to go to various places that we are going to deliver it to. I still haven't replaced this bridge, as you can see. I will get around to it at some point, but all of that land has been ploughed and reseeded, and all of the land over here, kind of up in front of where those trees are on our original field, that has also been ploughed up and seeded with grass seed, so that it's all gonna be proper nice field grass, none of this sort of edging grass. I have leased the Colossus, the Lizard Colossus harvester. It's based off a class Lexia. It's got a incredibly unnatural capacity, which is perfect for me. Really wide header, loads of power. It is, of course, in Kubota Orange, because that is what we're doing. If we can get it in Kubota Orange, we get it in Kubota Orange. That's the deal this time round. And I've still got the plant, the cedar here, leased, because I thought that the part of the reason I bought the field was because I thought, well, I've got this planter leased. Do I plant some sort of crop like some canola or something like that, which I can then make into biodiesel? Which seemed like an excellent idea at the time. And then I found a field that was ready to harvest. Keeping the planter sort of made sense. I don't want to tip all of that in there, do I? Oh, it's okay. Not all of it's tipped away. Fair enough. We're going to store about half of this away for selling later, and I'm going to take half of it to the grain mill, which I've leased, and we're going to run it. We're going to run the grain mill, and we're going to turn this sorghum into flour, because the return on flour is really good. Again, it's not generally the plan that we're going to be doing much to do with kind of normal crops and crop rotation and what have you, but it just seemed to me like too good an opportunity to pass up. You know, if we're buying the field anyway, this is bonus money if we're buying it with a crop in it ready to harvest. I've done a couple of harvesting contracts with the harvester, and that's covered the leasing fee on the harvester. So effectively, we've got that harvester to harvest our field for free, which is great. That's the way you want it, really, isn't it? So that sorghum is now in there. That's gonna turn into flour. Sorghum creates a little bit more flour than you put in, so I think it's something like 150 sorghum create 158 flour, which, you know, is alright. That's fair enough. But when you consider the prices, 1,000 litres of sorghum sells for, at its best, maybe 900. 1,000 litres of flour will sell at its best for more like 1,200. Which, in the normal consideration when you're buying a production point, that's your compensation for buying a production point. We're not buying it. Oh no. We have great mods installed here, and we have the lease production facilities mod installed, which means we are leasing the grain mill. So we're not buying it, we're paying £1,000 a day for it. My hope is within a day or two we can convert that sorghum into flour, and we will be in a much better selling position. Right, I will catch up with you in a bit. We're not ready to mow anything yet, but I think actually what we do need to do, I think I need to get that drill attached, because we need to go and drill some canola in our new field. So I will catch you up when I'm doing that, providing the computer doesn't crash the recording. Okay, I've just come down to top up the sheep with some hay. You may or may not have seen a time lapse of me finishing the field, the field that we've been drilling with canola. I had some issues with recording, namely the microphone was turned off. Not naming names and pointing blame there, but Toddler has been at the computer. So we get these sheep topped up and then head this hay back. I'm probably going to sell some logs somewhere. We'll sort out trying to sell some lumber, because what I wanted is I want to be able to afford a paper mill so that we can start making some paper and cardboard. They haven't escaped so far, but let's just close the gate just for the look of things, if nothing else. Close the gate. So we're going to put in a paper mill to be able to make some paper and cardboard and get selling some of that. Our income from the BGA is going quite well. We are up at 108,000 so far. So that's a good little bit of income ticking over. I just want to, because we've got all of those logs lying on the field, I want to get the paper mill in so that we can get loading it up and get some of those logs moved as well. A sort of 2 for the price of 1 deal. Just because that way it will mean it's nice and clear for when we mow, and obviously mowing is bringing us huge amounts of grass for silage, so that is quite important for us. Not that I'm trying to put off loading a log trailer, but I realised that our sorghum field, formerly sorghum, our canola field that we've just planted, needed fertiliser spread on it. So I've just come to run round with that very quickly. And then once I'm done with that, I will go and get some logs and sell them. Oops. Can't blame that one on the toddler. Just drove over the bridge a bit too fast. Now, I know you think you saw the tractor in the river and me having to dig it out. Didn't happen. I was just here loading the logs. That didn't happen either. Don't know what you're talking about. Now that genuinely, that just pitched itself over. Okie dokie. This isn't happening either. Although that definitely was not my fault. I did not steer around a corner. I was going straight and it flipped over. Catch it. We're going to take the straps off and see if that helps level the load a little bit. Eep. Run into some more trees. This is going really, really well, isn't it? Right. I think it's probably safest if I say I will catch you at whichever sell point I end up going to. Because I'm about to drive on the road and that always gets a little bit hairy anyway. Right, we're going to see if we can sell it to the hotel here. Come on. Does it just not want to? Hang on, let's unload. Is that? Yep. Get the tractor out of here and we'll just see if just sort of throwing the logs on will work. Not, we'll have to go through the terrifying loading process again. There we go. There's a button to press apparently. 7.5 grand, so it'll take me a couple more loads to get enough money for the paper mill. So that's what I'm going to do. I will go off, get those loads done, and find somewhere to put the paper mill in. And I will catch you next time. So thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to jump on the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. But most importantly of all, have a great day.